them out.
Hey, what's up? John Sonmez here, and today I'm going to be answering a question about social circle approach, no cold approaches. So someone wants to know the difference, like which is better, okay? And I got this question a while back. So let's see, I don't have a name here, but the unnamed person says, hey, I'm not sure if this should be submitted as a video form because I'm actually asking a question that relates to the approaches by a popular individual, and so I didn't want to attract any hate, considering he pretty much only a person in community I know with this approach. Okay, well, I'll take all the hate for you. Okay. Well, anyways, his name is Jason Capital, so you're probably even familiar with him. I'm actually not, but I'll look him up. And he goes against the traditional cold approach that has been recommended by many people, which you yourself included. Well, he says that it is the total lowest way of getting a girl, which in one article he says PUA, pickup artist, is like being fake to yourself and pretty much pretending who you are not, sacrificing your own values just for her and basing your self-worth around her. There's some validity to some of that thought, okay? Rather, he goes on about being the best version of oneself, okay, I like that, and focus more on building a social circle because it naturally attracts women. He doesn't completely say no against cold approach, and just that it's lower status compared to building a social circle. So question is, do you believe building a social circle and getting women to you is a realistic alternative? So, good question. This is interesting. I didn't know how I suddenly became like, I'm like now like the sexual and pickup artist coach type of YouTube channel. It's kind of weird. Didn't really picture things going this way, but hey, I get the questions. I got to answer the questions. Honestly, I guess I have a little bit of experience in this area. So here's the thing, what I would say about this. I think both work, and I think that, so I'm not going to disagree with what Jason said here, okay, especially about that, focus on being the best version of yourself and focusing more on building a social circle is going to naturally attract women. Of course, it's great. And why wouldn't you do that? Sure, you should do that. All of you guys out there that are having trouble with women, but okay, first thing you need to do before you try to like learn any kind of pickup or any kind of shit or anything of that is you need to build a solid core foundation of yourself. Again, this is why I entitled originally that playlist, right, these videos about becoming a better man and attracting women. First, you need to become a man, okay? You need to learn how to do that. I've got a video on how to become a man, all right, here. It's in the description as well, all right? And you need to figure that shit out, okay? Because you need to build up yourself. You need to actually be going out there and here's the thing, because this is why this is so important, is because not only is this an attractive quality to women, okay, but in general, you gotta have a fucking direction in your life, right? Your direction is not chasing tail, okay? That's not a direction in life. That's an activity that you do on the side. If you make every single woman that you, quote, fall in love with and get a crush on your direction in life, you're like a schizophrenic squirrel, okay? You're just fucking going after this nut and that nut and that nut, and you don't know what you're fucking doing. You have no stability, you have no presence, you're not a fucking man. A man is a fucking rock, is stability, okay? And brings presence to life, and that's the value of being a man. You've lost your value. You're worthless. Right? And you're not going to get what you're chasing because what you're chasing is going to run from you because you shouldn't be fucking running. You should be planting your feet down and saying, I am what I am. I drive towards my goal and have my direction in life. And that means working on your fucking self, okay? Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, all right? Make sure you do that. And let's work on ourselves. Let's try and improve ourselves. Let's try to become the best version of ourselves. As one of my mentors, Elliot Hulse, always says, or as I would say on this channel, let's maximize our potential. Let's maximize our potential in life, okay? So, what does that mean? That means developing yourself in all areas. Develop your mind, develop your body, okay? Develop your confidence. Look for the things. I did this video on looking in the mirror, honestly. Look in the fucking mirror. Stand in the fucking mirror naked, psychologically and physically, and see the defects that exist and acknowledge them and accept them. Don't just hate them, but accept them and then vow to change them. You will not change a thing that you do not accept, okay? So you must go down that road first. This is the most important thing. Once you've started down that road, okay, now we can start talking about some of the things between cold approach and and having a social circle, which both are beneficial. But here's the thing. You're not going to have much of a social circle if you're not much of a fucking man, right? If you don't have that charisma because you're not centered in yourself, okay? It's the difference between self-centered and centered in yourself, all right? If you're not centered, then you're not going to have much of a social circle anyway. And even if you did, you're still going to be chasing. You're still going to be chasing instead of attracting, right? You want to draw, you want to attract, you want to resonate. You need to be strong. You need to be someone. You need to go through some trials and some hardships. You need to do some of that in order to build yourself up, to build your character, to start maximizing your potential, to start to individuate and become who you are, to decide your destiny. Once you have a focus and a will in life, now, you're going to be attracting much more higher caliber individuals, both male friends and female friends, or females that will gravitate towards that because they see some value there. You're not trying to extract value from the world. You're giving value to the world, okay? If you're extracting value from the world, no one wants to be with you. It doesn't matter if you have a social circle. It doesn't matter because people see you as an extractor, okay? But in general, that makes a lot of sense. But here's a caution here. Here's what I would say, okay? I still recommend that you do plenty of cold approach and that you become good at it because it's going to be the efficiency in your life that you're trying to make up for if you can't do it, okay? There's a difference between efficiency, okay, and what is effectiveness. Efficiency and effectiveness are not the same fucking thing, okay? It may be more efficient for you to get girls, okay, let's say, if you're a well-grounded man from your social circle, you don't have to do much work because they're kind of coming to you. It makes a lot of sense. But it might not be the most effective thing that you can do in your life because you're not growing from that experience, okay? Because you're afraid. The reason why you're hiding behind this, the reason why you're gravitating towards this method is because you're saying, well, this is the easy thing. I don't have to go out there and face rejection. I don't have to go out there and learn some skills and learn how to develop my charisma. And I don't have to go out there and face my fears and go and open up girls in the street or at a nightclub or all these places where I could be afraid and people could watch me and they could see me and I could fail and it could be scary. And you see what I'm saying? You don't have to learn those skills, okay? And you can be in fear and you can make up for that deficiency by doing what you say is the more efficient way to do things. And here's the thing. Maybe that is more efficient. And maybe once you've conquered the skill set of doing cold approach, then you say, well, it's more efficient to do a social circle approach. And probably Jason has had this experience and that's why he's recommending that. But he's already done it. He's already gone through the trials, right? And he's already put himself through that. I put myself through that, right? I had to go through a long training period. I had to say, oh, fuck, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to do this shit. It's hard. It's scary. I might get rejected. I did get rejected, right? But I did it, and I overcame my fear, and I got to the point where cold approach for me was nothing. It was like easy. It's like I could just go and do that, and it's not a problem at all. Okay, and so from that place of confidence, now I could decide to go and use a social circle approach if I were inclined at that point in my life. Okay, it was a different time, but you understand what I'm saying, right? Does that make sense? Okay, the thing is, I don't want you to do things to avoid other things. Okay, so when we say one is better or worse, do both. Be good at both. Be able to do both. If you do both and you have confidence in both and you can do both, then you say, well, one of these things works better for me, then by all means, do that thing more. But don't just like pick one because it's easier, okay? Because like I said, effectiveness and efficiency are not the same thing. It may be more efficient, right? Like I said, but what's going to be most effective? And what's going to be most effective is what's going to be most effective for you, not for getting results, but for growing. Because when you grow, then results will come naturally and they'll come better and they'll come faster, okay? And that's the goal anyway. Because if you're trying to do all this, like, well, you have to ask yourself the question is, why are you doing this? Are you doing this to receive external validation or internal validation? External validation is bad. Internal validation is good. Internal validation says, I knew I could do it and I did it. All right? It's good. It makes you overcome challenges so you can feel confidence about yourself because you're overcoming those challenges. It's coming from you, from the things that you do. If you're afraid to go and approach girls, if you have social anxiety, if you're afraid to go and talk to girls, then you need to go and you need to go fucking do it and face those demons and build that internal validation that's going to give you the confidence to go forward in life and conquer. Because I guarantee you, if you have that weakness in your life, it's going to affect you in other areas. You're not going to feel 100% like a man, okay? Because you're going to feel like you've got that weakness that's never being overcome. And one of those things is their inability to actually procure for themselves a woman, to be able to go out, without an introduction, to be able to just go out there and conquer, essentially. And you have to be able to have that ability in order to feel 100% like a man. You're not going to have that. So that's the thing. I don't have anything against the social circle approach. It makes sense. It's logical. It's efficient, like I said. But at the same time, if it's allowing you to have a crutch, no good. No good. Just like the same thing, a lot of you guys, I'll wrap this up here. But you email me and I'm like, and you're like, this is my strategy. I'm going to make a bunch of money and I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to get a six pack and I'm going to I'm going to look so fucking good and I'm going to be attractive and have money and then I'm going to get girls. And I'm like, maybe, but you're not going to feel any you need to go out and do it. Like you need to go out and actually overcome your fear. Like, you don't need all that shit, right? If you think that you're going to avoid the pain of the fear of rejection and the pain of rejection by going around it, by doing all this work to make all this money and build these six-pack abs and all this shit, you're wrong. You're sadly mistaken, because first of all, it's not even going to be as successful as you think. Trust me on this one. It will not. It will not, okay? And second, it's going to be trying to overcome an inadequacy, right? And instead of actually conquering the inadequacy, you're fucking trying to compensate for it. Horrible. Not good. Not good for your self-esteem. Not good for your confidence. Just fucking deal with problems. Stop trying to avoid problems by working harder to avoid them than it would actually take to actually confront problems. This is what you must do in life. That's all I gotta say. All right. If you haven't subscribed already, click that subscribe button below. Click the bell so you don't miss any videos. Does anyone actually click the fucking bell? Notification squad me if you do. I'll talk to you next time.